Back live at the last with Kathryn Harwig, Kelly Guest,
and Terry Knight,
and Henry.
And Henry.
Really, I think he likes your energy.
I think so.
Yeah,
Read of him, maybe.
Yeah, he gravitates toward people that I have a lot of friends that are very into it. They wouldn't be professional per se like you, and he just can't get enough of them. And my armpit as well, apparently.
Well, he likes certain smells. I don't know. What can you say? So,
Kathryn, we are so tickled that you came and that you like dogs well enough. And we've had so many things that we've been saving up to ask you.
well, there's so many questions, and one of the questions I just thought about is because Kelly and I went to someone else's place that says that they channel.
Oh, okay.
And but this person doesn't remember what they channel. So my question is, because I know that you, looking over your website, you channel Light Collective. Do you remember?
It's like waking up from a dream.
Okay.
So there's actually, I don't know what you call it, but there's kind of two different ways that people can channel. One's called a conscious channel and one's called an unconscious channel. I don't know that it's better, worse, different. It's just different. But for me, I remember pieces of it, but it's not the same as being totally present either.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's better or worse to remember or not remember, but I'd say I'm kind of halfway in between.
And how can you do that where you schedule a time? I found that rather interesting when on your website you have this list and you say, okay, for the last hour of this session we're gonna channel, and then do you call them?
Yes, exactly. Yes,
really?
Exactly. It's just like calling on the phone. Yeah, and what people think is that this is all just because they watch television. This is how it happens on television.
Yeah.
Like, I watched Medium last night. Actually, taped it. But and actually, she wakes up and goes, oh, every time she's just like shocked. I go, oh, shouldn't we get used to this? But and I'm not saying that doesn't happen actually with dreams. It maybe does, but it actually is. It doesn't just happen to, at least to me, and it can, and sometimes it does happen spontaneously. When my guides, I'm just not paying attention, and so they kind of just basically say, okay, you really need to know this, and you're not asking. So we're going to break into your everyday normal routine and tell you something because it's important.
So how does that come across, Kathryn? You're chopping an onion.
Exactly.
And what?
Well, that would be unlikely, but yes.
Okay.
But saying I was. Well, I have actually a pretty good story about it if we have time. When I was in Mexico just a few weeks ago, my husband and I we were in Mazatlan, and we were having a great time. We were going to go downtown Mazatlan, and as I was going, I had always been carrying this little bag with me with all my stuff, and a few dollars, not a whole lot. I put my safe stuff in. But anyway, the day that we were going to go downtown, I heard this voice in my head, and it said, "Don't bring your bag." And I always bring my bag, so I had this conversation with it. But I got my sunscreen and my lip gloss, and I gotta have this stuff with me. And they said, "No, don't bring your bag." So I didn't bring my bag, which was very peculiar for me. I didn't have anything at all. Well, so long story short, we were mugged. We had 3 guys come right out after us. My husband had a camera with him, and they grabbed the camera off of his wrist, and it went flying, and he fought them for it, which. But one of them ran up to me, and he looked at me, and it's funny. He looked at me like really aggressively, and I guess this look of total disgust. And I realized I have nothing to steal.
Yeah.
He said I had no jewelry on. I had this funny looking hat. That was it. And he just looked at me with total disgust and ran away. It's like, this woman has nothing. And so anyway, my example of the intuition is, it's the only day of the trip I didn't take a bag. If I had a bag, certainly he would have grabbed it. And while I wouldn't have lost a lot, I would have lost stuff I wanted.
Your stuff.
Sure.
My stuff, and plus who knows if he might have knocked me down or, done something in the process. So we were safe. But my intuition did not say, oh, Kathryn, you're going to be mugged. It just said, don't bring it back.
Yeah.
So that's an example of a spontaneous, what I call a spontaneous breakthrough. You need to know this, so we're going to give you information. When you talk about channeling, though, that's really more like scheduling an appointment. You know, I'll say to the guys, hey guys, you know, you're going to be around 7 o'clock on Friday night. And I go, sure, yeah, absolutely. And so...
Have they ever said, no, we're booked?
I'm
just curious.
No, and that's a good question. No, they haven't. I wouldn't put it past them.
Okay.
I mean, there are people on occasion who have come in, I don't, you know, to say get a reading or something, and they say, I want to talk to Mom, and I go in and Mom's not around. And I, you know, and I tell them, you know, I can't summon your mother. I'm not, you know, this is not a seance. We don't call the spirits in. We basically call them on the phone, and they might be busy. So my guides have pretty well promised me they'll be there for me, and there's a bunch of them. So you know, maybe some of them are busy, the other ones are there. I don't know.
That is amazing. And now, so do different psychics have different guides and light collective, or is it the same?
Everybody has some. Everyone's guides are different, although the Light Collective could certainly talk to a whole bunch of people. I don't think I'm the only exclusive. I don't have a franchise on them. And I'm sure that because they are a collective, so which means there's just a bunch of beings.
Are the light collective? Were they humans at one time?
No.
Okay.
No, and you know, last time we talked about how I started with this, I was absolutely appalled when I started to channel. I was okay with being intuitive. Here I was training the police, and I was working. I got this law degree, and then this actually happened to me totally spontaneously. I was with a friend. I was meditating. All of a sudden, I started to talk, and when I came out, I didn't remember. You talked about remember. I didn't remember a thing, and my friend said, "Well, you know, you said this and this," and that is just like absolutely horrifying to me. I don't like it. I don't want to do it. And so it took me about 5 years probably to trust them enough so that I would tell people that anybody that normally wouldn't dare to talk about it. It was just appalling to me.
Did it scare you?
No, I wouldn't say scared the right word. I was embarrassed almost, you know, like I don't want to do that. And then I wanted to make sure they were legit. You know, I wanted to make sure they, you know, weren't just some kind of wacky, like my brain went off, you know, filter, or that they were real, but they didn't have anything valuable to say. Because I don't want to do that either. So
if you don't always remember when you're channeling, Kathryn, then do you record so that you can go back? Or
we do now. I haven't always, I don't always, but most of the time we record, and sometimes we do videotaping too, so people like to buy it.
okay.
I think maybe on that note, we're going to take another break.
Sounds good.
Just to be on the safe side so that Kelly doesn't have to do a lot of editing, bless her heart. And we'll be back with Kathryn Harwig.
So you live film this? Is that how you do? So you have both the audio and the video?
Yes. And then what we do is we upload it to you.